Good evening, this is Nerdist a Human and welcome to this AI-only Battle Royale in Rome Total War, and this time we have selected the Roman faction to take part in this all-Gladiator affair with a budget of only 3,000 denarii. Now naturally there is only really one option for each faction's unit, but you might want to notice that the money is spent a little bit differently. The Velites are cheaper, so they can afford some delicious experience here. Now technically SPQR actually have the exact same unit as the Judii, the Samnites, but I have decided to distribute some of their armour and things a little bit differently. Likewise, the Rebels have access to all the Gladiators, although with their own sort of strange skin on these Velite unit. So we'll see if they actually fare any different in battle. I'm pretty certain they're exactly the same unit, but they are a bit special, so we're going to throw those into the fray as well. An intriguing affair to be sure taking place on the Italian lowlands map. Choose and cheer for your faction in the comments below. As ever, we are a medium difficulty, so there are no buffs or debuffs for the unit. Let's get into battle and see how the AI fares.
Our enemies await! It would be rude to keep them waiting. So let us see how they like good Roman steel. Those overly proud Romans over there are the Julia. They think they are our equals. Our enemies, I think they are dead men. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. The count of the enemy exceeds ours hugely. I suppose we'll just have to kill them quicker, that's all. They will, unless completely unthinking, try to use the woods to screen some of their troops. There is no shame in fear. There is only shame in letting fear rule you. Try not to look scared, and you'll find bravery in your heart.
Into battle we go then, and how is this one going to turn out? I'm really quite curious, to be honest. Now, I don't think we're necessarily going to see which is the best of the gladiators here, but we'll certainly see which faction has the most glorious of all. Now, I must say a rather stirring speech as we begin the fight here, and normally when I make the speech videos I'm kind of cobbling together interesting lines. They're not actually a full flowing speech, but this was just, the flowing speech. That was what the lines were, all in one swift go, and I thought that was rather great work, sir. So, first engagement seems to be, some of our Samnites heading straight into the Samnites of SPQR. Bit of a head-on collision, really. I don't know that anyone's going to gain very much from all of this, but the Rebels in some ways could be quite intriguing here, because we've got more to play with, more variety to play with. Velitians have got themselves flanked immediately after trying to back up their own men here, which is a bit of a shame. So Samnites from SPQR will probably be going down. As for the other factions, nothing going on just yet, and intriguing start here, to be honest, because we tend to see that suddenly the actual players' AI seems to be a little bit more reserved. We tend to hang back and wait for the battle to progress, which does lead to more victories for the actual human version of the AI. I don't know if it's programmed slightly differently. It does certainly seem that way from what we've done so far. Let's head over to here where the Brutii and the Romans take each other on. Slightly missed that affair, didn't I? Okay, yes, these are more of our Velite friends as well, taking on some Samnites. Beautiful stuff. Murmillos not in the battle yet. Oh no, they are. Murmillos versus Velite. A classic then of the gladiatorial arena here. No fishnets for these lads though. Could be a tricky old affair. Can't see the numbers on them. Maybe. Oh, we're being flanked by the Judii. This is a full-on mess. Yes, usually, as I say, on these AI only, slightly reserved faction has the best chance, of course. Just wait it out and then take on whoever's weak at the end. But the Rebels have gone straight into it in this particular occasion. A lot of Samnites really taking on SPQR and the Judii. But oh, Murmillo's in the back of us here. They've actually got a rout. That's not allowed, you gladiators. Ridiculous. They're already running from death by being a gladiator. Anyway, all is fine. This is not going well for my rebel friends. No. Seems like we're pretty much entirely broken. It's only really the great heroes here, our fake Velite. We've been surrounded by too many units here. Overstretched. and the rebels have fallen apart, sadly. The variety may not have been the best tactic. Maybe it needs to be more extreme, and down go... Oh, and there's a crash. Well, it's unusual for there to be a crash on Rome Total War, and especially as there's pretty minimal modding going on at this particular version. I've actually got quite a freshly reinstalled version of the game here, aside from, yes, one unit of Amazon infantry you might have seen on the rebel roster there. So we'll have a second go at this, and maybe it'll work slightly better for the rebels this time. But it seems like a very similar opening here, charging uphill towards the Romans, and the Senate specifically, who actually have, yeah, the extra upgrades on their units, don't they? They have less men, but slightly chunkier ones, so we'll see if this goes well for us. I imagine it will probably be very similar. I think what really didn't help, though, was all the other units turning up to come and make it a bit of a one-sided affair, because we got flanked on all sides, and the Senate really didn't. So as for this itself, the Velite here taking on their Samnites, we are very much losing. Down goes... Oh no, we got away with that. That's unusual. Be interesting to see the general die immediately, especially as that's what crashed the game last time. So we'll see if he actually does go down in a moment here. We'll probably just keep an eye on what goes on elsewhere. It's actually very, very similar, apart from down he goes. We don't have a crash. Good news. Bad news is that we've pretty much already lost this battle, haven't we? Murmillo's taken on Samnites over here. 80 versus our 73. Not a good engagement once again. It's a poor showing by the rebels here today. But over here, the Julii take on the Velite of the Brutii. Oh, a great clash if ever there was one. Now, technically, if you actually want to look at the stats for a moment, by the way, they are quite similar, but the Velite 12-14 over here. And these lads, our good old Samnite friends, 14-15. But yeah, they do have some slightly different abilities among them. So there are small differences. It probably doesn't make a huge difference by and large, but there are certainly, yeah, these Velite, I think they are the super speedy ones, are they not? And you can utilise them, particularly for sort of more ambush affairs. So over here we got the Velite taking on Murmillos, and obviously this, as we said before, is the classic of the gladiatorial arena in many ways, at least the thing that you were taught about in school. 74 to 77, the extra armour, and I do think we gave extra armour to their general units as well. Now technically we're still fighting here. We're actually watching some of our friends flee, but we are still alive. Just about. The Velite lads are the ones still fighting. There are some Murmillos as well. Where are they? Still taking on the Julii. Down to 66. We're at 39. Not going well. Seem to be just stuck in a poor position all around, really. But yes, the hit points slowly whittling themselves down. A bit of armour. You see that they're facing us with their armour. They've got sensible tactics here. They even got the graphics to be clever. And that bonk on the head was too much for Steve, and he is out of here. And when you run away, you are certainly a Steve. That much is true. You're no longer actually... yeah, I can't tell it to AI because there's no longer a group for him. Right. Right, well, in terms of other news, Brutii are looking pretty darn beaten, actually. Velite, yeah, speedy. Light, good for ambush if they wanted to use the forest, but they are not. No, oh, their flanking maneuver got flanked. What a shame. Oh no, they're just going to chop down. That's fine. They're going to charge on him. Going to catch the Julii just when they're out of position, actually, chasing off the Murmillos. That might just save the Scipioni. Who knows? The Velite General. Actually, the Velite General, I think he's a 3 experience lad. He might do better than you think. Now, experience, generally speaking, will boost your defense skill rather than your other stats in defense. So that's going to be useful for the hand-to-hand combat, particularly if they've got themselves, yeah, shield as well. They could be surprisingly effective, but no, they've been flanked. They've been flanked. Oh, tactical affairs ahoy. You can see here professionalism from all of these here gladiators. What's left of SPQR, by the way? Very little. I think we mostly chunked each other in this affair. To be fair, I feel like we're both kind of the visiting parties in this regard, aren't we? We're just here in honour, because realistically we are just copying extra units. Samnite Gladiators gaining experience. That's just turned it around, and down goes my general, and that means we're going to lose the banners in a minute, aren't we? We saw this on the East Infantry, sorry, the Eastern Factions Infantry. So, alright, Brutii. Ooh, they've got themselves broken now. Down goes his leg. Excellent attack there at a very weak point of him. There we are, yeah. You see, not enough leg guards on those guys, and down he goes. The Julii, as ever, proving themselves to be the true Romans. Indeed, I kind of feel like the fact that SPQR have, yeah, the Samnites as the Julii kind of is maybe a reflection of the fact that the Julii are the eventual victors in the historical terms. Sorry for the spoilers once again on this. But there we are. It looks like Samnites might just be the winners here, but we can see if these, yeah, all the banners are gone now. Or some of the banners are gone, not all of them. Some of them reappearing for a split second there. Yeah, so that's them gone. It's always it's a bit weird to watch, isn't it, when we can't see them. Oh, they're all gone now. All gone. Oh, I tried to click on the general, but I've just clicked way off the map. Okay, we can still see the start on the map, actually, because I was thinking, want to make sure we know which is still the general unit, because that one should fight longer. Scipii, yeah, that's the Scipione gone as well. It's just down to Rome versus the Julii at this stage. Well, isn't that a turnout for the books? It feels like the correct kind of ending, and I think the Julii totally got this. I think the rebels have done too much work on Rome, and the Julii are just going to swoop on in and take over. Look, they're just surrounding them. They're just surrounding them. Maybe the superior experience of the and the stats of these SPQR troops has helped out, but for some reason, while the Julii are losing this affair thanks to those stat differences, they're not actually sending these troops in to finish the attack, which is bizarre, to be frank. I think they're just chasing people off otherwise, aren't they? Okay, well, let's speed this up, see how they do this last bit. Are they going to send in 2 units together? They are indeed, and that should be it for SPQR. You think experience gain on those units is all the same units now, of course. So I think if these are the last in F, we can probably say that yes, as Samnites are indeed the best of all of them. Assuming these are the Samnites, definitely are the Samnites, aren't they? I can't check anymore. Anyway, they're Samnites. It's all fine and dandy. But SPQR still have a chance in the sense that they had the slightly better men, better stats. But they're surely going to get chunked down. They're surrounded. The sun is setting on another day of the SPQR. One final charge, which is going to get them flanked. And down goes the general, stabbed in the back of the head. And with that, yeah, surely Julii are going to win. Many people's first campaign, trying to relive history. We are seeing that right here. They don't even need to fight. They know this battle is done here and now. And is that it? Is that it? Officially? Or is that the Scipione? Sorry. Are the Scipione still in this? Are they still in this? They're out here somewhere. Where are they? It's kind of hard to see. There we go. They're still running away. But the game hasn't technically ended just yet. And without the banners, it's slightly confusing. A clear defeat for us there then. Only 99 kills for the Rebels and 114 for the Brutii. The Velite really not doing the job. Maybe they are, yeah, much better being a bit of an ambush and a quick flanking unit, but not really cutting it against the heavier lads. Although actually, yeah, the Murmillos of the Scipione, only 139 kills. Not a great showing from them either. SPQR and the Julii are really putting a lot of weight there. Well, admittedly, some of those kills will be from mopping up routing units, but excellent work. As I say, SPQR started with less units, but actually with more weapons and armour on them, and that seems to have shown up very nicely there. Technically the most kills, albeit they just had the job of mopping us up, who were clearly pretty dumb, pathetic. But all things considered, yeah, I think we have a clear best gladiator class here in the Samnites, or at least in this old affair. If we have a quick look at what we managed to pull off, Velite 19 and 34 inflicted, 18 and 28. Yeah, so even there, Samnites doing all right. Although that Velite, not so bad, but yeah, all of these units completely failed to support each other properly, and they failed miserably. Thank you for joining me on this AI only affair. You can of course support the channel by becoming a member here or on Patreon, by liking and subscribing, and by getting involved in the comment section. I hope you will join us next time, but for now I will leave you. I am Nerdist Human. Thank you friends, and bye bye. Suffice to say, I could be doing a better job of, not burning down my own city. That's the kind of hit we want. Let it not be said that our Emperor doesn't lead from the very front to hack down the peasants. This is about to go horrendously wrong. It's absolutely fine. It just gives these guys a reminder to maybe aim better next time.